The American dream has traditionally involved possibility, hard work, freedom, individuality. But in recent history, that dream has changed. Now, the American dream has come to be defined by what we own, what kind of car we drive, how big our house is, and how much status we can buy. Consumer spending is a leading driver of our economic, social, and environmental declines. We need to make fundamental changes to America's culture and economy in order to attain social and ecological sustainability. The Center for a New American Dream is the only national organization dedicated to articulating a new American story, one that offers a strong vision and tangible examples of a future that emphasizes community, ecological sustainability, and a celebration of non-material values. Our mission is to improve well-being by inspiring and empowering all Americans to shift the ways we consume. To do this, New Dream inspires by telling stories that are outside of the mainstream, yet demonstrate the possibilities that emerge from rethinking how we can achieve a higher quality of life by reducing our consumption. New Dream promotes collaboration by putting videos, webinars, the latest news and research, small grants, and more at your fingertips so that you can make a difference in your community, together with neighbors and friends. New Dream facilitates action by harnessing your values and vision to counter the commercialization in our culture, create new economic arrangements that benefit communities and the planet, and pursue a healthier work-life balance. Consumer spending, what kind of car we drive, where we buy our clothes, keeping up with the Joneses, it's a huge part of how Americans define our identities and status. But we know that consuming doesn't actually make us happier or help us build more meaningful lives. In fact, the more materialistic our values, the less satisfied we become with our lives. New Dream's Beyond Consumerism program helps counter the relentless consumerism in modern American life.
I think of the Beyond Consumerism program as New Dream's toolbox. That's how I always explain it to people, that we have these big, lofty ideas on how to shift the way we consume and make the world a better place. And my job is to take those big, lofty ideas and create action steps that people can actually do in their homes. So what we do is we provide tips and step-by-steps on how to reduce the impact of advertising, for example, on kids. Kids are bombarded with advertising in every facet of their lives, and we know that parents and educators want to carve out space for them to be kids, right? And not just merely consumers. So we provide action kits to help them do that. We provide a wealth of resources related to the holidays in order to make the holidays more simple, more enjoyable, more meaningful. And we have this one particularly concrete tool, which is a really popular one called SoKind Registry, which is an alternative gift registry that lets people register for any gift that's meaningful to them. They're not stuck within sort of the big box format. So if you're getting married and you don't need silverware, you have your grandmother's silverware, you can register for dancing lessons, or you can register for a national parks pass. And for any milestone in your life where you would register for gifts, you can actually register for gifts that are meaningful to you and that reflect your lifestyle and your values.
I think, one of our biggest phrases is more fun, less stuff. And I think that's something that everybody needs to get on board with sooner rather than later, especially the way our world is going. We're becoming so consumerist oriented. And I think it's really important to learn to step back, and how New Dream is really promoting the fact that it'll make you happier if you have less stuff.
We know that when we decide to make changes to our own behavior to live differently and more sustainably, and to actively resist our materialistic culture, we need the support of a strong community network in order to reinforce our decisions and create lasting change, which is why we created the Collaborative Communities program.
The Collaborative Communities program is basically a place where people can turn their values into action. The community action kit that we provide helps them, it provides them with tips and resources to help people get started and to catalyze the work that they have in mind and the change that they'd love to see in their communities. We've seen different kinds of projects, from tool libraries, plastic ban campaigns, seed libraries, toy libraries, time banks, babysitting co-ops. Well, usually after our webinars, we run these surveys, and we've been hearing from people that more than 60% of them go on to start projects in their communities. And that's really inspiring, that we're having such a direct impact in the work that they're able to then accomplish after they participate in our webinars and use our resources. One of the important roles that the Center for a New American Dream plays is we connect people in communities who have actually done things like run a plastic bag ban or built a time bank where they live with other people who are thinking of doing it so that they can learn from each other.
I love that the center supports grassroots efforts in communities across the country and really are able to give a jump start to good ideas like this one and that people have all the time. And if you could fill in the blank of, what would happen if we had the funds to do, fill in the blank there. So many things are possible because we have great people in communities across the country that are just lacking that little piece to help put it together.
New Dream is making these new ways of living and consuming a reality for people across the country and even around the world. We believe that changing consumption habits can improve lives and benefit the environment in new and profound ways, and we hope you will help us in this effort. Your financial contribution directly supports the growth and development of seed libraries, time banks, solar cooperatives, repair cafes, community gardens, and more. It connects people who want to make change together in their community. It develops new tools for fighting back against the $17 billion advertising budget that marketers use just to target children in this country. And it helps us tell a new American story, one that emphasizes the traditional American ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, while also promoting a higher quality of life. We hope that you will join us.